Tuesday, Pashas Vayakil. So, Baruch Hashem, yesterday we started to touch a very important concept of idut. Again, as I said yesterday, I don't like to interpret the word idut as encouragement, because idut contains a way deeper understanding, it gives a way deeper approach and understanding, and b'chal tfisa, what we have to do, what idut consider. So idut, it's not encouragement. Idut be'etzem is it's a concept which contains a lot of different it has within is idut a lot of different components. So we'll discuss each of them, and we'll sum it after we finished our session on idut. So we'll put together everything what was taich when idut is. But so yesterday we mentioned that the etzem idut, it's a heart of Chinוך. We can know parents or teachers or rabbeim can know the technical work, how to educate, how to be machana, how to train kids. If they're missing this component, this spice of idut in their training, won't work. It won't produce any positive results. Idut, it's the heart of Chinוך. Idut is like, to be more specific, is the driving force that gives the child that ability to move forward towards goals and achievements. The ikar tzmiche, the main thing which makes the child grow, not only the child, by the way, even the adults as well. The ikar zach makes the child and anyone to grow in life. Tzmiche, everything depends. It depends on how much idut he's getting, and he will be getting in his life. There's a gewaldig some pashut itself related to this concept. So Sofer is saying as follows: the first, some Sofer asks gewaldig kash, the Ramban is also asking the same question. Klal so just came out from Mitzrayim. They were slaves for 210 years. They came out from Mitzrayim. They did not live the luxury lifestyle at all. They did not live a lifestyle of normal human being. They lived a lifestyle of slaves. And here they're going out from Mitzrayim, being slave for 210 years, and Hashem commanding them to build Mishkan. Mishkan wasn't like a cheap wasn't a cheap house, wasn't cheap. It wasn't a cheap zach. Mishkan was very royal, very, very expensive, very, very luxury place. It was gold, silver, nechoshes. It was very beautiful, very expensive materials were used to build the Mishkan. Very expensive material for the roofs, for the walls, for kailim. Everything was very expensive, very luxury. So how come the avodim, someone who just came from Mitzrayim, and here they need to build something very royal, very, very nice, very expensive, when they did not have, and not a sogam, never introduced, they never exposed to such a luxury. So some Sofer is saying as follows: in the hearts of the people, wisdom planted. If anyone comes to inspires them, that inspires them, that treasure will come out and reveal to all. The imlav irkav, and if not, it will disappear. Some Sofer is saying that it's like a grain that the person goes and plows, then it will grow. If it's not, it will get rotten. Omar Hashem le Moshe Rabbeinu. Hashem said to Moshe, told to Moshe Rabbeinu, he is burach milay oisam chokmas alev. Rebbeinu planted in the hearts of people Chochmah. V'tzrichim, the Chochmah is within them. V'tzrichim lemishi yoyrer oisam. They need someone who will, that alarm them, will inspire them, will tell them that they have this Chochmah. V'yoidiom, it will introduce them that they have this Chochmah. Kedai lehoitze chachmusam atukia bekoich elapoyel. A gewaltige Wort. So we're saying, every person, especially Eden, they come with that inborn nature of Pere Adam, but Hashem's Bechesed also provided and implanted in the hearts of people, especially Yiddish mentioned, that wisdom they have within them. However, some is saying that wisdom will never reveal, will never come up, will never shine in this world if no one comes and introduce them and introduce them to people they have that wisdom within themselves. So if someone tells them that you have that koyach ma'urer, that you got that koyach within yourself, then it certainly he wakes that koyach in humans' hearts, and people start to see their koyachas. If no one will be ma'urer that they have the koyach within themselves, the koyach just will never reveal. Half of the Yisod, the very interesting concept that Hashem planted powers and koyachas and potentials in the hearts of people, wisdom as well. But this potential will not reveal until someone will tell the person that you actually got those potentials. Potentials naturally will never reveal on their own. A person needs to be told that you got within you this, that. But if a person will never told, the potential will never reveal. So sometimes we are expecting for child to, we see the potential the child has. We see that he got the wisdom within himself. And we're expecting okay, so you got this, just do it. But it's not enough that child got the potential, because naturally potential will not reveal until child will be told that he got it, he has it. Also, it's not good enough just to tell the child that he got within himself that potential. It requires koyach ha'yisoyrerus. Yisoyrerus it's inspire the child. It's not just telling the child, it's inspiring him that he got with the powers. And only then the powers will start to start to move and start to rise and start to come out and reveal to this world. The Ramchal in Eitz Chaim states as follows, the same as some Sofer saying. Is look as though Hinai choiv choiv mital ala odom, which is imposed on a person. Lusim atzmoi leizboinon. A person, it's a choiv on a person to be mizboinon, to think. Kim aina mizboinon umachashev. A person does not think that what he got within himself. Hina leisuva chachma levakash oiser. If you want search for a chachma will not search for you. If you will not go after the chachma, if you not go after the potential won't go after you. They won't reveal on their own. Gewaldige nekude that people have a lot of potentials in themselves, and we're expecting that people should operate according to their potentials. But lemaisa, the potential will never reveal until they will be mu'urer. We have to tell the person, we have to introduce, we have to inspire the person that he got with himself that potentials. So here we got some Sofer with Maramchal, both of them just screaming out that message to us to plan practical work. So we got, kids, and all the kids, every child has within himself that potentials. Everybody has potentials. And our avoid is just to encourage, to see the potential, or let's call it encourage and inspire the child, introduce the child to his potentials. So Sofer said that the koichas nefesh from a child, for a human, corresponds to a grain. And if a person who's ma'urer is like he's plowing that nefesh and helps that potential to grow and reveal higher and higher, more and more. So therefore, because in how you help, how you plow the nefesh that grain should grow and shine out and be the healthy, strong child living with his potentials, it's idut. It's oirus and idut. Therefore, it's very important to know how to be oided the child, because his potentials has a lot. Potentials of his potentials lots to do with the koyach idut, with the idut that he received at the moment at being in his childhood. So it's important for us to know what's the interpretation of idut, as I said yesterday, and also the practical work. How do we provide idut? As I mentioned before, idut, it's le'oidet. There's no literal interpretation to it. Le'oidet contains, I would say, like 5 components. But when every component, it's a different shlaf. It's another step to complete the koyach idut. So there's no literal interpretation. Again, as I said yesterday, when we are interpreting idut as encouragement, and lamaisi, it leads us to a lot of things which does not provide so many good such positive results. Like number one is encouragement. We are being mishaker to our kids, to anyone that we're trying to encourage them to something that they don't have, because we got our own agenda and we're trying to push the kids to fit into our agenda. So we try to encourage them, but we're really lying to them. And at most of times, this kind of encouragement just backfires the parent. Let's say a child who is limited in his brain skills, and we're trying to tell him that you're very smart, you're like a geek, and you're a genius, you're this and that, and child being brainwashed, and he trying to achieve and to cross somewhere he doesn't belong to, and just gets hurt because his brain developed, his brain capacity just can't be there. It can't conduct so much information, so much pressure. It just backfires. The encouragement backfires the parent who encouraged the child. So you can't just lie to a child and tell him and brainwash him to do something which is he can't relate to, not physically, not mentally, not emotionally. Toiras emes. Toira emes has raglayim. Shaker and raglayim. Even the encouragement, the false encouragements, really does not provide any kind of concrete results to a child. It just maybe he will just he's gonna be just going up, but then he's gonna crumble. And when a child crumbles, it just becomes terrible. Again, the Torah will never provide us the lie. Torah will never tell the child to lie to him, because Torah is just here for our benefits, not to hurt us or to cause any kind of other pain, physical, emotional, mental pain. So when we interpreting as encouragement, that's a problem we can meet, that we just will lie, and again it will bring us negative results. So this encouragement means. So in order to relate to encouragement, to idut, we have to understand what do we mean idut. Where should we focus on? When you provided a child with idut, where and what should you focus on? So as we mentioned yesterday, potentials, love dafka to work. So lamaisa, what should we focus on what should we idut the child? Contemplate. We have to know first what tachlis, to which tachlis the person came to this world. What the person came to this world, what does it need to do? So, besides saying that Adam Peira, Adam Ibolate, Eve discovers also why the person was born. For what purpose a human came to this world. So Eve is saying Gazor, Ki Udam le'umal yulad. Ki Udam le'umal yulad. A person came to this world to do work. Umal, labors, work. Meaning to say, a person came to this world to put efforts, to put work. We did not come to this world to rest, to have a good time. Sometimes we have the period of time we're resting, like Shabbos. But the 6 days of the week we have to put efforts, because that's the creation of human being. A person was born to do labors, to do work. Self-understood. Everybody does work according his task that he came to this world for. People came for being a tafkid to be marbet stoyre. It's umal. People came to the tafkid to be whatever to real estate, to work different jobs. But everybody who came to this world, healthy people, they came to this world for amelus, omad yulad. As much we don't like to hear that, but that's the fact, and that's the truth. And we have to be in tune with this true factor, the ki'udam omad yulad. And the same, I will give an example. When a person, let's say, needs to build a house, of course, when a person needs to build a house, he won't buy himself a bicycle or a car to build a house, right? If he's a developer, he needs to get the proper tools in order to be able to develop what he wants to develop. Tractors, trailers, whatever it is. He won't buy himself a bicycle or scooter to build a house, develop a house. So his tafkid, his mission is to develop the house, to develop the building. According to his mission, he's getting himself tools in order to achieve his mission. His mission to build the building, he won't get bicycle, he will get the tractors to achieve the mission. So according to your mission, you're getting the tools. So the same thing with a human being. A human being has a tachlis. He was born for umal and tafkid. According to his tafkid, the Rebbeinu Shalom gives him potentials. The potentials are the tools. Potential are the tools which helping the person to achieve his mission and his goal in life. So the truth is that the potential were given to a person. It was a matuna, was given to a person, and now take these tools and just achieve and go and go get your goals and accomplish your missions. It gives us a gewaltig understanding where should we be ma'oided our kids. Of course, as I said, B'Shem Chassam Sofer and the Ramchal, we have to introduce the child what kind of tools he got, so he will be able to understand that you got such a major tools. That means that you got a major tafkid in your life. Versus if you would get less tools, you means that your tafkid is not that major. Everybody has major tafkid, but it's not that different tafkid. We have to introduce our kids to what kind of tools they got. But our main focus, we should not be mu'ided. We should not encourage and constantly dwell on their potential. We have to dwell on something that he came to this world to do. He came to this world to do amelus, to work, do labors, to efforts. Gerade Hashem provided him with the tools in order so you will be able to achieve his goal and achieve his mission. But what does child does? What does child need to be ma'oided? Not the present that he got from Hashem, but the efforts that he puts in and he uses his tools to achieve his mission. At most of times when parents or rabbeim, they're dwelling on the potential, on the kishrois what children got, at majority of times it just brings damages. Meaning to say, constant dwelling on the kishroiness, constant dwelling and just zooming in and telling, oh, you're smart, you're good, you're about kishron, you are this, you're that. You just constant dwelling on the kishroiness, and it might lead, not might lead, a lot of times it leads the child, first of all, what he's resisting, the child starts to resist the potentials, because nefesh and child know the truth and understand that what is the tools to do with me, really. So it causes the child to resist the encouragement, idut, from the parents or rabbeim or moras. And sometimes it leads to a child to become a balgaiva. He becomes, he adopts a conceited personality. The balgaiva, he feels that he got something. No, when you tell you got this, you're a goon. The child interprets it. I'm the goon, so I'm Xing out everybody around me. So becomes a child might become a balgaiva, and balgaiva is not such a pleasant nature. The Toiradige outlook on potentials is it's kishroinus and abilities which were given to a child, to a person. It was given to him as a grant, a matuna. It's not his, it's not ours. Person is wise, person is smart, person has a way how to talk, person has different powers, different potentials. The potential are not his. Potential not his. It was just the potential and ability, not the person. We have to know it clearly. It's not ours. It was just given to us as a grant for the Bnei Shalom, as a tools, so we'll be able to achieve our mission in life. The potentials as it's the tools, the kli imnus. It's the tractors, it's the trailer that helps us to develop and the binyan mefoyab, very nice development our life. But potential not really ours. It's not ours. No. So question remains, what is ours? Ours is efforts. Effort, that's the person is. That's the person, that's what belongs to a person, his efforts, because that's a tachlis why I came to this world. Ki udam le'umal yulad. A person came to this world to put effort, and that's where you have to encourage, and then we have to appreciate the efforts, not the potentials. You have to introduce child to his potentials. You have to let him know what he got, what kind of tools he got. But it's in introducing the child, appreciating and encouraging. It has to be when you see the child puts efforts to achieve his mission in life. As more the child puts effort, as more we have to encourage to do more effort. As I said yesterday, one of the interpretations in Idut is strengthening the child's ability to progress more and more. Meaning to say, when the child puts effort in the school, in Chayder, in Yeshiva, we see that efforts, we have to encourage it. We have to we have to dwell on the efforts, on the melus the child produced and gave out with his tools. Not dwelling and encouraging the potential which does not really belong to him. I'll give you several examples for it. Number one example, let's say, you see a child learns, son learns Gemara. Let's say Taka Bal Kishrin. But he learned for an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is to learn. Just the parent should dwell on the part, I'm so impressed that you learn on your own for so long. I'm so impressed that you got the courage to call your chavrus and to learn together. I'm so impressed that I'm so amazed. I'm so impressed that you davened so nicely. I'm so impressed that you ate, you behaved the way you behaved, right? So that's the proper way how we zoom in. We zoom on the actions, on the effort the child delivered us, on the part of trying to, part of putting efforts. Let's say a girl, starting for the schools, for math, whatever it is, any kind of subject, and even a smart girl, the parents should not be told how smart you are, how to focus dwell on the potentials, on the skills and the powers, internal power that she has. It's not called encouragement. Or she will dispute it, or she will become balgaiva. They rather invest your time to encourage the efforts. Wow, I'm so impressed, I'm so amazed that you studied for so long on your own. I'm so impressed and so amazed that you had the courage to call your friend so you're able to study together. But remember, sometimes we're not on target, and sometimes we hold too much of our kids just because we're biased and we have negias to our kids. And sometimes we can be in demyonis a little bit and accept our child as the smartest kid, and we start to demand from him. When you say he's smart, you're putting the child in a very vulnerable position to perform as a smart boy, as a smart girl. He sometimes the brain capacity is not that big, and it's okay. It's very okay. It's very fine. He came here for a mission, the child or girl, because according to his mission, Hashem provided him with the brain capacity that he got. He came to this world. It's not nothing wrong with that. He's not considered stupid. But when you're telling the child you're smart, you this, you that, you're starting to over exaggerate his potential. So you're putting him in a certain vulnerability to perform on a higher level, and then when the child gets hurt, and then when the child crumbles. Whenever the proper operation will be, number one is studying the child, being honest with yourself, and understanding what kind of skills and what kind of potentials you got. This is number one. Number two, introducing the child to his potential, to his true potentials. Number three, when you see the child he's putting the efforts and he delivers in somewhat degree, whatever needs to deliver, then you encourage. Once again, everything takes time. Meaning to say, a child won't believe you. He got certain inner skills with himself after one time talking to him. It needs to be said over and over and over what he got. Then it needs to be encouraged, these efforts again and again and again. Does not work from one time saying won't provide the child any kind of boost in life. It needs to constantly saying. We see that Hashem does the same with us. Hashem constantly encouraging us. The Gemara says that Chishuv someone to the mitzvah, Gemara Baruch the Abu Modalav. Chishuv someone to do effort, someone to do mitzvah, and Chishuv last mitzvah also. He wanted the mitzvah. Unfortunately, he did not make it. So Hashem says, Malo vakusakili also. So this Gemara has very deep understanding that Hashem relates to your efforts. You put the effort, you want to do it, you put the effort, you prepared yourself to do it, and even at the end of the day, you weren't able to deliver actually the mitzvah itself, but for the efforts itself, you get the schar. So the same way that Hashem relates to us, and He gives us that appreciation and encouragement just for the efforts that we put to do mitzvahs, the same way we have to relate to our kids. And we have to give them the appreciation and encouragement, idud, only an effort. We have to dwell on the efforts what kids give us, because the efforts, that's why a person came to this world. Udom le'umal yulad. A person came to this world to put efforts, to actions, not the potentials. About the potential is the tools, so you'll be able to put efforts, you'll be able to achieve his mission. But the main focus from everyone, from parents and rabbeim, friends, should be on the effort a child does. And then when we see tremendous results and tremendous power of idud, then we see the power that idud gives to a child. He thrives, he's happier, because we think it's happier because he got the acknowledgement. No. He's happier because he supported his original creation we came here for, to put efforts. Be'ezrat Hashem will continue tomorrow further on. Kol tov, Kol tov.